Hey, everybody, get on out of that waiting room, climb on into the elevator, and it's time to go all the way up to the 10th floor.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody, it's me, Matt.
Hey, it's Kat.
And here we are. I mean, you guys are over in the hospital. I took a left turn in Albuquerque, and it should have been a right turn. And I had to stay over in this quaint little motel.
Yeah.
You know, it smells a little weird. There's some sort of stench coming from, I think, this room right here.
Yeah.
So I'm gathering my things. I'm ready to go. This ice maker has not produced any ice since the time I've been here. So
I don't think I'd put any of the ice from that machine. I don't believe I'd put it in a glass of mine. I don't think so.
I mean, there's a strange red tint inside of it, and I'm worried it's some algae. So. Oh gosh, get on out of that waiting room, folks. Mama, it's not just us. As always, we are joined by our lovely chat.
Who we got in there?
Keita's with us. Hey, Keita, get on into this elevator. Carolyn, there's room for you. Kai, Juan, and Jeannie. Hello. Michelle, Kelly, welcome back, Kelly. It's been a while.
Hey, Kelly.
Diane is with us. Diane wants to know if everybody has an alibi. Do you have an alibi, Ma? Where were you last night? I want to know. When Drew Kane, Congressman Cutthroat Kane was shot, where were you? I need to know.
Exactly. Where were you?
Carolyn is with us. Hello, Carolyn. Michelle, Lola's mom. Hi, everybody. Kelly wants to know where I am. You know, it's a little motel. It's nice. It got the job done. Okay, there's a bed, there's a shower.
Did you feel like there was someone looking at you from the house, from the main house the whole time?
You know, there is this giant mansion just right up, well, over there, really. From your perspective, from my perspective, it's right up there. Well, kind of
needs a paint job really bad, huh?
Right over there. There it is. There it is. He's there. Hey, there. I'm at a little motel called the Bates Motel.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Michelle, this is my alibi. This is where I've been for the last several days. My car broke down. I can't, the guy's a little creepy. I'll say, the guy that gave me the key. I peeked into the closet behind the counter, and behind this guy, this tall, white dude, kind of goofy, kind of weird. He's the one that checked me in. But the closet door swung open, and he had more wigs back there than Leslie over on Beyond the Gates.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That means he had a plethora of wigs.
No, so I took this picture when I was doing a Universal Studios tour with my mom and dad. We were able to walk through the Bates Motel set that they used for the TV show, and I think this might even be the original one from the movie too.
It is the original one from the movie. Yes,
yeah,
it is, because I remember going to Universal Studios for the first time in the mid '70s.
Mm-hmm. And it was here.
That set was there.
Yeah, and they had a really great Norman Bates actor too. He looks just like
he does.
Whatever the actor's guy. I can't remember his name right now. Anthony Perkins, yeah. Looks just like him, honestly. So if you ever have a chance to come out here to Hollywood and see Universal Studios, it's not as glamorous as the one over in Florida. Neither one of the parks, Disney or Universal, are as good as over the Florida offerings. But come on down and come say hi to me.
Well, sure, Matt, but I at the same time, though, Florida is really an amusement center. It is not a working studio.
That's true. This is a working studio.
California is a working studio.
We took some pictures on Wisteria Lane, too. Maybe that'll come out at some point. Anyway, to General Hospital. Enough with the nonsense of my ever-changing backgrounds. If you're an audio listener, come on down to YouTube every once in a while and see what we're doing with the video. It's fun. And then, put some faces to the voices. See if it matches what you're imagining. Hey, Laura. Hey, Laura. Well, since Laura's here, it's time to get into it, Mom. All right.
I think so.
Everybody's got an alibi. You've got an alibi. I've got an alibi. Michael's got an alibi. Jacinda's got an alibi. Portia's got an alibi. But her alibi would wreck Curtis's alibi, which sort of sucks. But Curtis has a weak alibi. He's just going for, reputation because he's a man of honesty.
He's at the Savoy, but no one saw me.
I snuck through the back door and I hung out in my office for a little while. It's not a crime to want to be alone. And I was thinking about it, Mom, because there are times in which I feel really comfortable when I am very isolated. I'm sure most people can relate to that. Every once in a while, you want to get away from the noise.
It's called me time.
Me time. Me time, of course. Everybody likes a little me time, and that's what Curtis was taking.
Yeah.
But you can put me in like if you were to put me in a bunker under a mountain for a day, I'd be like, oh yeah.
Well, maybe he goes to the Savoy like every couple of weeks and just looks over the books and stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, he's just what's what. Let me make sure that nobody's cooking the books here
Exactly.
at the Savoy.
Make sure that Selena Wu hasn't got back in here somehow.
Yeah, is you making phone calls on the back end? Because but before it was his dad, Daddy Marshall. He was running the thing, but then he got to go on tour with some famous jazz musician. So that's what he's been up to. So that means that our dear friend Arlandria,
Yeah.
yeah, plays Nika.
Yeah.
She graduated up to running the joint. So I guess he's making sure that she's doing a good job, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, that's his escape room, maybe, his personal escape room is the Savoy.
Oh, okay. Escape rooms are difficult to get out of.
Yeah.
So it's his escape from life room. Anyway, so Kelly says Tracy said to Michael that she saw him leave Drew's house. The show really is at this point, Kelly. I know you'll agree. They're really stacking the deck against Michael. Not only has Drew decided, I'm going to accuse him no matter who really shot me, but on top of that, too, the show really is kind of going out of their way to say, you might have really done it.
Well, sort of. I don't think he did it, but yes, I think, the whole Jacinda thing,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That sure, it's a good alibi. However, it's not believable to anybody that knows him.
It is not believable to me. That's for
It's
sure.
not believable to anybody that knows him, sir, strangers in the street, sure, they might believe him. Why not?
Right. But the friends
don't
and
know
family
him,
of Michael aren't
but
going to, they're not going to be like,
100% of his family, 100% of his friends will not believe it.
they're going to be like, no way did you
Not any
hire
more
this?
than Dante did.
Not did. Michael, you did not hire this woman on the game in order to, I don't know, get over whatever it is. This is not like you. This is not a turn that we expect you to take, so therefore we don't believe it. Dante doesn't truly believe it. Dante's like, this is so convenient, Michael.
Exactly.
This is so
convenient.
convenient.
And Dante coming in and Michael coming around the corner adjusting his pants. No.
I'm like, Rory.
Exactly.
Put your shirt back on, Rory. Stop making them spend so much money on the body makeup. Goodness, I know you got it, and the show wants to flaunt it, but it is an investment every single time.
Hey, he ain't telling him, hey, let me take off my shirt today every day. I'm sure he's not. I'm sure Rory Gibson is not saying, oh, please, let's spend time putting this crap on my arm and take my shirt off.
It's more than just his arm, too. I think he's got some abdominal tattoos or something.
Yeah.
Laura thinks that it's a little too obvious that Michael or Willow did it, in her opinion, so it's probably somebody else entirely.
I think it, I don't know it.
I'm still Team Nina. At this point, I still think that Nina did it.
There's a good chance that Nina did it.
I think that she did. At this point in time, I really think that Nina did it. I can't point to any evidence. It's just a feeling.
Yeah.
Plus, also, of everybody's what have you been doing at that time, I think that Nina's has been the least explored. We just know what the lie is, that she went on a walk, but we don't know what she really was up to before then.
To me, it would be super fun and dumb and everything if Nina goes to Ava and says, man, I want to shoot this SOB, but I just don't really have the nerve. You shoot people all the time.
And Ava's like, all right, no one would think I would do it.
I
have no reason to shoot Congressman Kane.
Let me do you a solid. And you go, bam, bam.
I'm with it. I want this to take all sorts of twists and turns. I want the ups and downs. I want the roller coaster. I want the Fast and the Furious new roller coaster here at Universal Studios.
Yeah, you know what? I think that thing is almost done.
I think so, too.
Done.
They were doing some advertising for it, I saw.
Right. Well, when that thing was being built when we were there, I was just like, they were just barely starting it, but I just had a feeling because it was like hanging off the side there. I was like, man, that looks janky.
Well, it was just the foundation, and I hope they did a great job of making it really permanent. Bob, hey Bob. Bob's here. Bob's a superhero, by the way. Bob's a sentry, as I learned from watching the Thunderbolts movie last night. Hey Bob, how's your superpowers?
You watched that movie last night?
Yeah, I did. Hey Bob. Bob thinks that Drew paid somebody to shoot him, and then Laura follows up with that, saying someone could very well wear a wig to make it look like Willow did it.
Oh, absolutely they could, because they did show us that silhouette. When that person shot him, you saw the silhouette, you saw a shadow on the floor. Yes. And it did look like that person had a bob kind of haircut, and the frame looked small too, like it was a woman's frame.
Well, it was Mason in a wig. Laura got to the bottom of it. It was not, Kelly definitely says it's 100% not Jason because he wasn't even in the country. And that's true. It's not Jason. It's not Jocelyn. It's not Brit. It's not Pascal. It's not Vaughn.
Nope.
It's none of them. They were not available to do this. They were too far away. It wasn't Ricky Martin. Okay, Ricky Martin did not do this. It could have been Dr. David Hayward in a wig, though. I would definitely let the show do that. Why not? No, it's perfect. Mom, when Maxie's ready to come back to the show, that's when we bring in Dr. David.
I say let's bring in Dr. David any old time.
Just do it. Just Anna's like, I need to call somebody I used to know. Somebody that I don't trust, but somebody that might think along the lines that I need.
Well, see, that what they need. This is what they need him for, Matt. Let's just go ahead and go there.
Yeah.
This is why they need him.
Because he's great.
Because he's great. And they've got all this cold fusion stuff, that storyline that's coming up. That's all what cold fusion is. And they need someone besides Brit to help them understand all of it. Complexity of all this nonsense.
Right.
That they need David Hayward for it.
Yes. They definitely need David Hayward to sift through it all. Diane agrees that Ava has absolutely no qualms at all about shooting anybody. So hey,
exactly.
Maybe we
Isn't it interesting? I mean, what do you guys think? Who else would, besides Jason, of course? But I don't know. He's a lot more sensitive than he used to be about killing people. Jason.
Yes,
anyway,
but
he wasn't around anyway, so it doesn't matter. But who else, like on the front canvas, that you think would just like unapologetically just shoot somebody that's on the canvas right now, which is Ava. And isn't it interesting that she's not one of the suspects?
It's because she has no ties to Drew. He hasn't really done anything to her, with her, about her.
No, he didn't find an opportunity to jack her over like everybody else.
No, she was too busy concentrating on getting one over on Alexis. So Alexis getting it from both ends. 3, really, Scout, Drew.
I think the only person that might think that actually Michael did it is Tracy, because Tracy says she saw him there.
Well, yeah, she's on there. She saw him exit the house. He was covered in that rain. He's lying through his teeth. We really don't know what it is that went on with Michael's night. Unless he watched it through a window. He saw Willow do it, and he just has no idea what to do, other than she really can't see my kids now.
Yeah. But you know what? Isn't he? I mean, he's Carly's kid. Couldn't he come up with a better cover, a better alibi than I was with this hooker?
I think it's just a matter of using the circumstance of she kind of was the last person he was seen with. And so I got to move forward with that. What am I going to do? Say, and then I went and now everybody hung out at Alexis's house?
But the cool part of her being back is she came back to try to mess with Drew.
She's like, well, then he got shot, and so now I needed to go to Portia.
Now I got to do now. Portia. And now Portia, she doesn't have any more concerns. Not really.
No, she's going to live her life.
And she doesn't know that she doesn't have any concerns because she doesn't know that Kai and Trina burned the evidence that took out of the safe.
No, she doesn't know that, but she feels as though she's recaptured the essence of her soul. She didn't allow Drew to die. That proved to her that maybe I'm not that bad of a person after all. I could ride that.
She thought about it for a second. But, okay, so she had some clarity about being a doctor and, I save lives.
Yeah.
and she didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
She could have killed him easily right there.
Yeah.
She could have had a little slippy slip and blah blah blah
She
and
could have
done.
not clamped when Dr.
Exactly.
Jones is like, clamp. Portia. Commercial.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
she could have. She could have, but she didn't. And that proved to her that maybe I'm not that bad of a person after all.
So let me prove how nasty I am and let me sleep with Isaiah. And then I'll
Well,
let right the ship. I am nasty.
hey, you know what? From her point of view, and I am not a Portia defender, okay? But let me just say, from her point of view, Curtis walked out on her. She went and she got it on with Isaiah a couple of times, and then after that, Curtis surprises her and is like, "Hey, we got to pretend like we're still strong." She didn't expect to have to be the doting wife again. She was just moving forward with her loins
Yeah. And
quickly, and Isaiah was all about it.
the reason why I say nasty is because there was not a huge build up to this. And it was in the office. And I don't know, does it? Nobody does it in a bed in Port Charles, I guess.
Well, they did it in a bed
It's
later.
okay.
They reconvened that night.
I know.
They reconvened, and it wasn't short. It was
No, it
not
wasn't.
short.
It wasn't.
Kelly says that last Sunday she did a Zoom with Amanda and Alexis, so that must have been really fun.
Oh, that must have been
They were a
must-
joy together at the GH Fan Club event, that's for sure. And
Yep.
then today, later on, Kelly's going to Zoom with Jens and Tabyana, who play Kai and Trina.
Ooh, that's
Jens,
cool.
Jens. Yeah, so that's
That's
neat. That's neat. That's neat. Come back and leave a comment with all the juicy details, Kelly.
Oh yeah. You know, we've had an
Hi,
opportunity to
Sandra.
talk to Tabiana a couple of times.
Yeah.
She's a delight.
She really is. She's super fun, and I like how serious she plays it. Like I was watching the scenes. Of course, I was because I watch the show podcast. But I was watching her stuff with Kai this week. Going back and forth about the thing and going over options and details and it really landed in me exactly what story it is that they were telling with these two the whole time. Now that we're here, I can see the journey that it's taken us when it
Yes.
comes to Kai and Trina. The
Yes.
betrayal of trust, the seeing Drew for who he is, and now Kai being in full in, but full in to a point where Drew still trusts him. So by doing this thing, this betrayal of the family, it sets it up for now, where he gets to be the mole. And we wouldn't have done that. Wouldn't been able to have this character in Drew's inner circle, being able to feed our heroes information or be able to manipulate something here or there. If it
He is
wasn't
about
for
to he's about to make it up to the Ashfords and triple fold.
exactly. And so, when it comes to the long-term, long-form storytelling, just be patient and we'll get there and we'll see it all. Why it all happened. Because I'll admit, at first, I'm like, what is up with this guy? They're tarnishing this character to write him off immediately because I was not being patient.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Yes.
He will help take Drew down.
They were
Right?
overcome with passion.
Who was that? Oh yeah. Yeah, they were. They were. I just think, to me, when you've been your marriage is finally kaput, okay, and all this drawn out drama, all this, and finally, yeah, you realize, yes, it's probably really over. It should take more than a few minutes to
I think you're
move on.
I think you're underestimating just how much Portia wants it. We have no idea truly what was going on behind closed doors at Curtis and Portia's house. It could have been every other hour. Portia could have just the highest libido, is what I'm saying.
Maybe.
I mean,
Yes, a girl's needs are a girl's needs.
I
I don't
suppose.
know.
I suppose, especially when their hearts have been broken.
Oh my God.
I know she may be beyond childbearing age in real life. Well, that's an interesting setup, Del J.
I just heard she had her 51st birthday.
You're talking about Portia?
Her.
But they might make it that Portia is pregnant, and we won't know if it's Curtis's or Isaiah's baby.
Yeah, and she'll have to pass it off as Curtis's.
Oh my gosh, are we gonna have one of those
So
baby
yeah,
stories?
that's a cycle of hers because passed off Trina as Taggart.
Well, I mean that would be the next soapy development in the lives of Curtis and Portia. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Well, Brooke Kerr is a very, very young looking woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so having a pregnancy story for her, it fits.
Yeah, I think it would be fine. It'd be
She,
fine.
I think she had a Trina at a very young age, and Trina's what, 25,
And
26?
not even that. I think they're still supposed to be like 21.
Okay.
Yeah, still the youngins. Still the youngins. Hey, David. So
Yes.
yeah, I mean maybe that's what it is. Cause Bob says that the OBGYN actor was on set recently, so it's either that or Britta going, is Rocco really mine?
Ooh, that'd be something.
Wouldn't that
Would that
really?
be something?
You know?
You know what? One thing I love about the character of Britta,
What's that?
her interaction with Jason is none like any other female on the show.
Because she readily calls him out on the Carly stuff? Like readily?
Well, she calls him out on everything, and she doesn't get doe-eyed for him like so many women do,
She's
or
just,
so just like um, for no reason, but other than him being so stoic, they're like a little bit standoffish and a little tiny bit scared of him, and just don't know what to think of him, sort of.
yeah.
Because he is so kind of stoic at times and is so stone cold
Yeah.
at times
Yeah.
when it comes just to, there's no variance in his voice all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Just
hear
a
you.
little bit of a presence. So I think people in general are a little bit, they want to watch more than partake
Uh-huh.
when it comes to Jason.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And Britt doesn't feel that way at all. Britt
No.
calls him on everything he says, is not afraid of him at all, is not intimidated by his presence at all. Now, I think she's completely wrong by saying, I don't want to see you after we land, blah, 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 because,
She's just being Brit, ma.
she's just being Brit, exactly. She's just being Brit. But, she just does not get hypnotized, mesmerized
No.
by the Jason of it all.
No.
She just doesn't.
I mean, she was the one that she's the one that coined the phrase. Well, where'd you learn that? Murder school? She's been doing this since the beginning of their little romance. The one that's I don't know,
Right.
immune to the charm that is Jason. The one that's just like, okay, this facade or whatever it is we're gonna call it, because you are kind of an honest man. But this layer of you, I have no interest in this layer. I'm gonna push past this outward, public-facing, softer Jason layer, and I'm gonna get to the core of it and say, you son of a gun, you left me there to blow up so you can go say Carly's daughter?
Oh boy, she got the Carly hate, doesn't she? That's something that even any female in his life is going to have to just accept.
Yes, but she was more burned, I would say more directly burned by that connection than previous relationships that Jason had had.
Even more than Sam, yes.
Even more than because he dumped her to marry Carly.
Yes, he did.
That did
Like-
not happen to anybody else. And then when that fizzled, he was like, so Britta,
Exactly.
about that, she's like, no, you son of a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get it. I get it.
And I think that she's she's being so hateful with him too because she knows that boy, oh boy, I'd like to get myself a little situation with Jason again. So she's trying to. I think she's trying to, put a shell around her heart, trying to save her own heart. Actually,
Yeah, she doesn't want to fall back into that because inevitably, only
inevitably,
a matter of time.
exactly.
Just like Drew said to Carly, "Oh, I'm gonna save you the trouble, Carly, and dump you now."
But but she can't be all up in herself as well in this way when it comes to Jocelyn, because it wouldn't matter if that was Carly's baby or someone else's. If somebody needed his help and they were in a dire situation, he would go help them anyway.
I need your help. I am in a dire situation. No, but I mean, Jason's excuse was fine. You had time. You weren't gonna blow up right away, but Jocelyn, she could have been taken out in any moment. I had to save her right away. Lara finds it understandable that Britt is upset with Jason. I mean, I find it understandable too. he did dump her to marry Carly and then died.
I
And then
yeah.
came back lying. I mean, but then she one upped him on the whole lie thing. And I need an answer. I need us to get to the answer on Monday. I don't want to wait any longer to find out what it is that Brit did to roll herself off of that gurney, replace herself with an urn, and then wind up at the Five Poppies. I am desperately impatient for this story.
Yeah, and I'm impatient to find out who her boss is because a lot of that will be, yeah, I think your questions and the boss question will kind of like intertwine.
The boss. Who's the boss? We got
Who's
the
the
boss
boss?
again.
I mean, Jason already asked her that.
Stella did it. Oh my God. Stella did it?
Well, wouldn't that be fun?
That's wild. Matt Kreider has subscribed. Oh my gosh. We have a new subscriber. Hey, Matt.
Yay!
Welcome.
Any of y'all aren't subscribers, click that button with him.
Yeah, just found you guys. Awesome show. Well, hello, Matt. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's your alibi, Matt? Where were you last night when Drew got shot? All right.
Yeah, where were you, Matt?
All right.
And how about you? How about you, Matt? Both you Matts.
I told you I was here at the Bates Motel. My car broke down. I've been here. I've been so far away from Port Charles.
I was at my grandson's 12th birthday party.
Well, there you go.
That's where I was.
There you go. Wasn't us. Wasn't us.
Wasn't us.
Britt is going to be the one to tell Carly about Jocelyn being in the WSB, suggests East Coaster.
Well, someone's going to tell her, and someone's going to tell her quick. Wait. Oh, boy. She is going to be so mad at Jack. She is. And she was just defending him, too.
She sure
She's going to look like she's going to look like such a fool. She's going to be so angry at him for lying to her, and she's going to be angry at herself for being dumb.
Gotcha. That's not the best alibi, Matt. You gotta come up. You gotta weave yourself in with what it is that that Ava, Christina, and Alexis have going on. Because if you say that you're in the basement with Alexis watching over Rick, then you've just exposed everything that's going on in that area. Are you ready to expose the crimes of the Davises, Lansing Davises, Jeromes?
I don't know about you, Matt, but I cannot wait for the next scene of Rick. I am all for the comedy that must ensue when we see Rick tied to the bed again. Oh my God.
I actually like the fact that we haven't seen him in like 2 weeks, because this is an excellent way for them to not have to have Rick Herbst
Yeah.
fly over from wherever it is that he lives, probably
Yeah.
Tennessee with everybody else.
Why is everybody taking what to Tennessee? I don't understand.
They really
I
like
was
the
just
Graceland
there.
events. and
I
stuff.
was just there 3 or 4 months ago. Tennessee is a beautiful place. It really
Well, maybe
is.
that's it.
But why is everybody flocking there like that? I don't get it. It's like the newest hot spot to live. Like it's like Austin was 20 years ago.
Listen, I don't know what drives people to
I
do
don't know.
stuff. Price, beauty, advertising campaigns. One friend is like, oh man, I moved over here and it's great. I mean, I know that my family, like one person left the Bay Area and then everybody else did. Boom, boom,
It's
boom.
true. It's true. We just didn't go very far though.
Nope.
We went 50 miles.
Matt's down there because he's worried that they're going to accidentally overdose Rick, and we don't want that. Because
Oh
they're
my
sedating
gosh.
him. They're filling him up with sedation pills that Ava somehow convinced Lucas to give her.
Yeah, he's been going night night for a long time now. Oh my gosh, he's going to be, when he finally gets free, he is going to be so fit to be tied. My gosh, it's going to be a great Rick scene. When he finally gets free.
Oh yes, and especially since he's going to really be in a corner, like he literally can't do anything about it, so he's going to have to come up with some new way to punish them.
Wouldn't it be stinking hilarious if somehow Sonny finds him?
Hey, so while we're just throwing random people out in the chat, that shot, Drew, Stella, Miss Wu, Scout, how about Rocco? It was Outback.
How about Danny?
Yeah, I mean, it could be Danny. Danny put on a Willow wig. How about that? Cameron showed up, and he's got long hair now. He's got experience with a gun. He held one on Franco. Remember that?
I do remember that. I do remember that. Well, Um, I hope it's like just a
Oh,
shock.
no, it was Jason. He held one on Jason. My bad. Sorry.
I hope it's just a shock. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I'm all for a surprise, but I want it to be a better surprise than who was the hook, because the hook was not a fun surprise.
No,
Not to whine and complain. Heather Weber's great, so was Allie Mills, but
but you can tell that was rewritten in the middle.
yeah, I want to know. I want them to know who it is already, and for them to commit to it, and for it to be a really fun, just like wow. Especially, even though I still suspect Nina, even if it winds up being her, I still want to go wow in the revelation. I want it. I want it to be fun. I want it to be interesting, and I don't know how I want them to give it to me. Yet, but I want it.
Wouldn't it be shocking if it was actually Jack? I don't see the reason why, though.
No. But it might have been Jack's.
No.
Oh my gosh. Matt, hello Matt again. Matt, shouting from the basement of Alexis's house, says, I think Jacinda and Ezra did it. Like Jacinda took shot 1 and Ezra took shot 2.
It could be Ezra.
Possible.
You never know. It could be Jen's. Who knows?
Sidwell put on the wig.
No. Yeah, I keep on forgetting about the silhouette, the shadow on the floor and stuff.
But listen, Ma, I mean, it could have
But
been a flash
this is
of
what I'm
lightning that
hoping.
was a fake shadow. I don't know. It's the
You know
coat
what?
rack.
You guys know I just want a shock. I want
Yeah.
a shock.
We want
However,
this
I don't want a shock that's gonna take 4 months to find out.
No, I want to know. I want to know by Friday.
Well, that's more Days of Earth lifestyle.
All right, fine.
But,
Next Friday.
Yeah, I don't want it to be Thanksgiving before we find
Oh,
out.
David just confessed in the chat. It was David. Where'd you get the wig, David? I want to know, what store was it? All right, that's really going to put it over.
Amazon purchase.
I want to talk about my favorite scene of the week. All right,
Okay.
we've been chit chatting, having a great time for half an hour already on this podcast. By the way,
Have
hasn't
we?
felt like it. Hasn't felt like it. It's been real fun. But I want to talk about my favorite scene of the week. But before I say what my favorite scene of the week is, I want to give the chat a couple of seconds to throw down, just say the character names. You don't have to say what it is that they talked about because, make it fast. But, what was your favorite scene of the week, huh? What blew you away in the chat? What pairing? What confrontation? What conversation? Say Curtis Portia, for example, or Vaughn Joss, and that could be like in relation to them getting it on again for no reason, and then Brennan
Oh, they
walking
like
in.
each other hot now. And they had doubled back and went to where she was supposed to be to begin with.
Australia, yeah.
Well, which makes her, it just adds to some believability now. It really does.
Yeah.
Now she gets to call her mom from Australia. and
They
all
didn't
that.
get none of that cleared with Brennan, though. They were surprised as hell that he showed up. Here we go. Okay, the slap was my favorite, says Stel J. Matt Kreider says Liz. All right, so that's good. Carly and Britt, I suppose. That's a good one. Oh, made friendly before they left, says Daisy. There was no scene between them. We might find out the answer tomorrow. Oh, Jeannie liked the whole week. Michael and the hooker was Annette's favorite.
The whole
The whole week, says Jeannie. Yeah. My favorite scene of the week, folks, was Brennan inviting Nina to sit at the table at the steakhouse to discuss getting Charlotte in to visit Valentine.
Yes.
Mon and Joss and Brennan was Tracy's favorite. My favorite scene of the week, absolute favorite scene of the week, was Brennan and Nina talking about Charlotte going to see Valentine. Brennan saying, hey, you got a connection to this person. Maybe there's a way for you to help me with Lulu. To say that, hey, yes, give her permission to go up to the mountain that is this jail and go visit her dad. Because that's what Valentine said. Hey, you let me see Charlotte, and then maybe I'll give you a couple of pieces of information you're looking for.
Yeah, and Valentine has some. He has lots of it, actually.
And Brennan is great, man. Brennan does such a great job of spinning things. He's done they write him so well, I gotta say. These writers really have nailed this shady, very neutral character. He's so neutral in his morality so far. There could be some huge villainous turn at some point down the line because Anna absolutely doesn't trust him. But that's just
gosh,
one
no.
perspective on Brennan.
And she repeatedly has told Carly that.
Yes.
You
Yes.
cannot trust him.
Right, right,
Has
right.
an agenda all the time.
Yeah, but then also we see him in his private moments behind closed doors showing genuine and tremendous concern slash regret for Jocelyn being in the situation that she's in.
Yes. Yeah.
She was the
Well,
asset he needed, but gosh darn it, it had to be Carly's daughter. Brennan is very torn, and Chris McKenna is doing a great job of portraying that. And they do a great job of writing for him in scenes, especially like the one that he had with Nina, where he will take her objection and then he'll also have an answer to it. Hey, this actually is good for Charlotte. Because it shows that Valentine still has pull on the outside, in case any one of his enemies was like, ooh, Charlotte. Right? But I really have to give it to Cynthia Watros the most in that exchange.
good.
When it comes to pulling out that motherly heart, especially in moments like that, I backed up the scene. I watched it twice.
Mm-hmm.
And when she leaned in to Brennan and made those motherly threats,
Yeah.
like, don't get too close. Otherwise, I'm going to grab you by your hair, Mr. Brennan, and slam your face against this table. That might have been a different actor who did that before in these shoes. However, I'm not beyond it myself, Mr. Brennan.
That's right. The fire is still there.
And I really like the perspective that Nina has on Charlotte, because we saw it before. She was a stepmom, and she was a fiercely protective stepma.
She was.
Charlotte was the reason why Nina and Willow have never really ever got along. Because the
Right.
first time they interacted with each other, Nina was in that classroom being like, so my daughter is a princess who can make fun of Aiden all day long if she likes.
Yes.
He is bringing Princess Poppy pencils to class. Is that not worth a little ridicule?
Yes, I remember that. That was a long time ago now.
It was the beginning of our podcasting careers, honestly. Those were some of the first things that we covered, first things that we
A
talked
long
about.
time ago.
And that's really, like, I've always loved Nina. Even in Michelle Stafford's hands, I've loved Nina. In Cynthia Watros's hands, I've loved Nina. And they're very
Well, I
different
have
Ninas.
loved to hate her.
It's a lot of fun.
I have loved to hate her. Now, I don't nearly have the hate for Nina as I used to. When she was, I think the whole Nixon Falls thing, that's when I disliked Nina the most.
I think that's when a lot of people disliked Nina the most. So you're not
Yeah.
alone in that. Hey, Melissa's here. Hello, Melissa. Melissa likes Chris McKenna. He's just not as devious as the previous Brennan. He gives off
I
good guy
agree.
Mac vibes. I think that the potential when it comes to Brennan at this point in time, with the actor, with the story, with the reception of the audience, and also the relationship that Chris McKenna has with Frank Valentini, I think that the quote unquote redemption, if you want to call it that, of Brennan is fairly high. With this whole Jocelyn thing, the regret, his true feelings for Carly that he's never experienced before in his life. He said that on a couple of occasions now.
Yes.
Will be
Which-
enough to pull him away from the villainy, or the I don't even want to say villainy, because he's just always been kind of advantageous. So maybe that'll pull him away from being such an advantageous guy. Maybe.
It cracked me up this week. I heard him say that he doesn't like to mix his personal and professional lives. Oh my gosh. You have intertwined them like you've zipped up a zipper.
Well, I cannot. They are just, and it's
So
secure.
much.
It's secure.
Exactly.
Hi, Mama Cat and Soap Brother Matt. Says
Oh,
Melissa.
I like that.
Says Melissa.
Hey there, Melissa.
Anna and Britton would be a good match. Melissa, if and only if Anna could get over Jason. She's still yelling at this guy like she loves him.
I know, but
Sorry. It wasn't manipulation. It was just pointing you in the direction. Oh,
do you think, Valentine's going to come back?
I
Obviously.
know.
Or do you think we're going to have we might have Anna and a Valentine reunion?
We should, because, that's the pairing, right? That's the one that everybody wants.
Well, I'd like to. They're so stupid calling each other darling all the time. I love it.
And really, of the Anna super couples,
Well,
that's the one that's available.
Of recent, I like her with Valentine.
What if Dr. David Hayward
Back
came
in
back,
the
though?
old days, sure, I loved her with Robert.
Well, I mean, Robert's not available anymore, unfortunately.
No, he's not. But when it comes to
Yeah.
Anna, I did really enjoy her. I
Yeah.
enjoyed her with Robert all those years ago. But I like her with Valentine now.
Hmm.
And I want them to like be on the same team for real.
Yeah, like he gets out of Steinmauer or whatever, and he. Well, the thing is, the Pikeman, as we all know, Pikeman got real upside down. That whole Pikeman story lost all sorts of cohesion, and
It like
ultimately
fell
the
apart
character
like
of
that.
Valentine took the fall for it all.
It fell apart.
It totally fell apart, and really, it was sort of ambiguous too in the end when he got arrested, because he got arrested for this. He went and off running away first, of
Uh-huh.
course, with Charlotte, to
Yeah.
avoid being arrested for the whole Pikeman fallout, because it was all landing on his shoulders, and it was really ambiguous. At least it is in my memory as to whether or not he really was it, and he was lying, and Brennan wasn't as involved as Valentine had originally said, or whatever it was.
Hmm.
But now we're here. And I don't know, Ma, it's a soap opera. Brit's alive, so anything can happen.
Exactly. Now, everybody again is telling Lulu, just like her situation with Rocco and whatnot, was everybody gave her the same advice and she didn't listen. So she's kind of doing the same thing right now. Everyone's giving her the same advice about Charlotte.
Hmm.
They're letting her go, not because of that damn Brennan's telling you to, but let her go because of this and because of this. That made a lot of sense,
Oh,
actually.
yeah. Carly absolutely made a whole lot of sense.
Carly made a ton of
Nina
sense.
made a whole lot of sense, too.
Yeah, they did.
Listen, like, Charlotte is going to... So Carly's perspective was, Charlotte's going to find out that you held this back, and she's going to be mad at you. She's going to resent you, was the word she said. And then
Yeah,
Nina took
and
it
I
one
think it's
step...
true.
Nina took it one step further and said, listen, if you don't, then Brennan is just going to call her directly. Do you think he's not going to just ask her? Like, come on.
Right. It's like, oh, Lulu said no.
Oh
No.
gosh, what am I gonna do? Not call this 16-year-old? Like he's just gonna call her.
Exactly.
Like let's be real here. He's being respectful. This wasn't the conversation. I'm not quoting them,
Mhm.
but he's being respectful by going through you and asking for permission to do this, rather than just like throwing Charlotte in a black sedan and taking her to the Steinmauer facility.
Exactly. I mean, that is sort of kidnapping, but
It's
um,
not when you're the WSB. That's asset
not
gathering for intel management or some nonsense.
exactly. Exactly.
Robert's
But
not available, but his nephew is. Anna and Cody. Oh my God.
was that Melissa?
Of course it was.
Somehow I knew. Hey, girl.
All right, fine. Matt, my rival Matt, my rivalist Matt says the less we hear about Pikeman, the better. So I'm going to go ahead and change this last name here. There you go. It's for you, Matt. Jocelyn running around with that elderly
That
man.
speaker,
Oh my
wasn't it?
goodness.
It stunk up the whole studio by the time they were done with that.
It could not be happier to get rid of Pikeman. Could not be happier. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Brennan and Nina, best scene of the week in my opinion. I really liked it. I watched it twice, and it's rare if I back something up. So I just really enjoyed it, and just statues galore for Cynthia Watros. I have so much respect for her. So much.
I'm just really thankful for like 10-minute intervals, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Last week, if Trina would have bounced into that office a little bit sooner, she'd have found her mom.
In flagrante delicto.
Yeah, she would have. Now, and if Brennan would have shown up at in Australia 10 minutes sooner.
In flagrante delicto. Are Joss and Vaughn just the dumbest? They're just the stupidest people, aren't they?
Well, I don't
Dr.
know,
Phil
but
would sit him down and he would say, "You're stupid. You're stupid for
exactly.
doing this. What is it
It-
that's going through your heads? Can you make an adult choice?"
I thought they should have just hightailed it home. But they actually went on what they were going to go pretend they're on a honeymoon for real is what they were going to go do.
So they went and then they did it. So I feel as though they were avoiding going back to Port Charles for as long as they could manage, Instead of going straight back to report to Brennan, they're like, maybe we're going to him and ha around Australia with this whole enforcing the cover story without permission, without checking in or anything, Brennan walks in, sees them like that, and has a has a post reaction, but then ultimately gets down to business. I guess he's going to deal with this later.
Yeah. Do you think that Brennan actually knew Brit was there and she was not dead?
No.
I don't think so either.
No, because he sent them there for intel, I think, to come back with that sort of information.
Yeah. But they found a whole lot of intel, didn't they? Wasn't he pissed to find out that Jason saved him? He's like, damn that Jason.
But also because, damn that Jason, he's going to tell Carly.
Exactly. And he is going to tell Carly.
I mean, eventually.
Eventually.
It's not going to be right away. There's going to be a lot of tension there. Because he's going to feel, because it's true. Treason, her safety, he will understand too, because he's not Sonny, he'll get it. He just had sort of to do the same thing under Jacker's watch. I think we talked about it a little bit last week. So Jason is in a position to understand the need for secrecy, which is going to be a big problem because he really is going to want to tell Carly.
Yes.
And if he was going to tell Carly right away, he would have done so in Anna's office.
Probably.
He'd have been like, oh, okay. Oh, good. Great. You saved me a trip. Why didn't you tell me, Johnson? So, I don't buy the Joss and Vaughn pairing, says Del J. I'm not a fan of the Vaughn character. It could easily have been Dex. And you're not wrong.
I agree with you.
It could very easily have been Dex. And maybe should have been Dex.
Dex could have very easily been taken into the WSB. Jocelyn could have too. Mm-hmm. We could have told the same story.
Absolutely, we could have.
Now, why they want to get rid of Dexter, I don't know.
Well, I mean, so it could be a number of things. It could be maybe because Dex was on the show for a number of years, they were like, well, if we refresh the face, then it'll be a little cheaper. Maybe they didn't know that they were going to do this at the time. They were kind of on something was, was ambiguous. This is going to lead to something for Jocelyn, but we don't know what that something is just yet. Right. But it's going to require the fridging of Dex, an inspiration because of the death of a loved one in order to be inspired for her next phase of life, whatever that might be. And they ultimately decided WSB. And then, oh gosh, it just kind of mirrors what it is that we were just doing. Oops. Yeah. Maybe Evan Hofer did a bunch of shots of tequila on set one day and poured it on Matt the props guy and shoved him down to the ground, and we just never heard about it.
That's probably not the answer.
Oh, I thought that was the answer. Don't come here for the news, folks, but if you want to start a rumor...
Boy,
I'm kidding. Boy. Evan Hofer, come on down. Let's clear the air, okay? Did you really shove Matt the props guy down? I need you to come on to this show next week and let us know if that story is true. They needed more of a body count for Cyrus, says Matt, and that's very true as well. There's any number of different reasons. Could be writing, could be budgetary, could be I don't know. Jonathan Jackson walked in on set one day and he's like, I don't like that guy, and so they shit canned him. I don't know.
I wonder how quickly we're going to have Valentine back in Port Charles. Somehow, some way, he's going to get out of jail.
I would hope so, but I don't know, because people are like, oh, Valentine's coming back. But I don't know if that Valentine is coming back meant like coming back, or if he's just coming back for these visits and the info and just a little sprinkle of Valentine.
Is JPS still doing that?
I think the Valley View got canceled.
Okay.
You know those Disney shows, they last a good 2-3 years, and that's pretty much it.
Pretty much, huh? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think that one's done. I don't really know what James Patrick Stewart is up to. But of course, there's room for Valentine to return if it was up to me. But we also got another big story that's about to pop off here in the next week or so. It's not going to take 6 months, but what Frank Valentini and the writers recently said, because I think they did some sort of interview. I don't know where it would be, so maybe somebody has a link they can throw in the chat for wherever this was. But I don't know if it was like a fall preview type of thing or just like a chit chat with the run. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Okay, I didn't read it. I just saw the reaction to it.
Okay.
But we're getting into it, Ma. Any day now, we're going to find out that Monica Quartermain is no longer with us.
Yeah.
And the reason why it has taken us this amount of time to finally get here was because they wanted it to be an event and not just like in a memorial event. Like, come watch it because of all your favorite old friends are going to come and say wonderful things about it. No, like this is going to be a General Hospital ground shattering, story creating, dynamic shifting event.
I love it.
Yeah. So
I
that is upcoming.
love it.
So I really don't know what to expect because there's that, and then we also know we have it all confirmed at this point that Nathan is on his way back as well. That's another big resurrection. We know that Erica Slezak's coming in, and it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that she's going to be a relative of Monica's. Mm-hmm. So we just got so many big things that are coming up here on the horizon that we've been waiting for that I really don't know how everything else is going to pan out because we still have this Drew thing. Like, it's so intense on the show right now, almost to the point where there's too many big things happening at once.
Do you think that the death of Monica could like make Drew grow some kind of conscience?
It's entirely possible.
Maybe, huh?
You know, maybe that'll be like, oh man, I can't throw Michael in prison. Monica just passed away.
It's going to shake Jason up too. It's going to shake Jason up good.
Big time. Big time. And we've been looming on Jason and Sonny leaving the mob.
Right.
Measure C is still going to get voted for any moment now. Like we have so much happening. So much is on the horizon with General Hospital. It's going to start popping off like fireworks.
Yep.
The whole city could be on fire by December.
Actually, General Hospital, and don't you guys agree? General Hospital's been really good. Like, just really good.
Yeah. I wasn't alive then Daisy. What? I wasn't alive then Daisy. Otherwise, I complained as wine. I don't. Oh. Vaughn is not elderly. Oh, okay. There was a little back and forth over Vaughn being older than Jason, like Jason Jocelyn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's obvious. He's a couple years older. He's probably in his 29 to 32 range, and she's 21 or whatever. You know,
right?
Which is older. But so people going back and forth and then chat over that a little bit. Not back and forth as in they're arguing, but just talking about the subject, and then comparing other really like super couples who had a big age gap. Robert and Anna had a big age gap. Laura and Luke have a big age gap. Like,
yes, they did.
Point to an 80s couple, and you're going to find an older man and a younger woman.
On pretty much all the shows.
Especially in the 80s. Even Bo and Hope.
Yeah.
Even Bo and Hope. You take a look at their ages now. Like before, you're like, oh, 33 and 25 or whatever it was. Okay. And now you fast forward in time, and she's like, I'm 60. And he's like, I'm 73. You know?
Yeah. It's true.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine Jason leaving Sonny after Monica's death?
It would be something else. I wouldn't be surprised if Monica leaves the house to Jason.
I think that Erica Slezak's winding up at the house. That's my theory.
Some kind of loophole thing.
Yeah, some sort of, well, she didn't specify, so it's going to her next of kin, which is actually a Jones or whatever her maiden name is. I don't know what it is.
Yep, I
but,
don't know.
On the point of Jason and Sonny, parting ways, business-wise upon the death of Monica, maybe it wouldn't be Jason saying, I gotta stop, Sonny, I'm done. And maybe more Sonny being like, hey, you know what, your watch is done, my friend. Get on out of here. Just go.
Well,
get out of here. Go on, get, Jason, get. I don't want to look at you anymore. Go. Don't you understand? I hate you. Leave.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Have you not? I've noticed. I'm sure others have noticed too. Maurice he just doesn't have such front burning storylines anymore.
No. We finally
that's by choice, I believe.
I am readily willing to say this in a public forum. Like right now. This is a public forum. But I'll say it again in a different one. We are headed toward Michael Corinthos' General Hospital. I firmly believe that they are putting their carts behind Rory Gibson. as
And
our
like,
new breakout leading central. It's still an ensemble, of course.
sure,
We're still gonna have Kai and Trina, but when it
right,
comes to like what how you call the show Jason or Sonny or whatever,
right.
it'll be called Michael.
So you think I'm going to be calling it Michael pretty soon? Oh boy, let's go watch Michael.
Maybe. Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe. I think that's where we're going. I think that we saw the public reception of Rory Gibson ourselves at the
It
GH
sure
Fan
did.
Club event, and it was overwhelmingly positive.
It sure
Like to
was.
the point that Chad Duell probably would have shed a tear if he had seen it.
Probably.
Sadness.
Yeah.
So, I think it'd be great if Monica gave the house to Olivia. Well, maybe they're going to find a codicil of Monica's will that's going to clear up the whole situation in a couple of months. Gia
Yeah.
Reed's too young for Jocelyn, even though they're the same age. I don't see them getting together, so it's okay. It was the fall preview. Thank you very much, Daisy. That's where that information came from.
I want Dylan to come back, and I want him to come back just a big ass.
With a big butt, huh? Just coming back just with a badonkadonk, eh?
Just acting like a big ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dylan's off being a photographer, right? Isn't he running off being a famous photographer for
I
National
think so,
Geo?
or
They
director
should
or
do a
something.
Dylan Quartermain pictographic display at Ava's gallery.
I love it.
They should do that. They should do that. Why not?
They really should do that.
Yeah. East Coaster agrees with me, but they're not clear about exactly what I said that they agree with, so I don't know what they agree with because they say a lot of things that are right that you could agree with.
I think they're probably speaking of Michael being the new,
Oh, all right. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
the I could see that, Matt, because Rory's depiction of Michael is way different.
Michelle asks me kindly to not make Bo sound old. You're right, Michelle. He does not sound old. I was just teasing.
Actually, it was very interesting because I don't have history of watching Bo on TV, but I saw him, of course, a couple of months ago when he was on.
Yeah.
And yes, he is an older gentleman, but his voice sounds like he's 24.
He doesn't really sound like this at all.
Not at
No,
all.
this was me
Not at all.
just playing. No, he sounds exactly how he used to. You imagine the voice of Bo? It still sounds like that. Dylan and Brit could be a vibe, says Melissa. Huh? What do you think about that? Dylan and Brit, just a powerhouse of being jerks, especially since you want Dylan to come back as an a-hole.
Exactly.
Just angry for no reason. Kiki died, and I loved her so much. I'm mad. I mean, gosh, wasn't it, that was like the last relationship we saw them, right? Didn't he? He was with Kiki, right? And then he got some sort of opportunity and left the show.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Scott Clifton; it was the other guy.
Yeah, it was the other guy. Scott Clifton was hit. He's been on Bold and Beautiful forever.
For a
Scott
long
Clifton.
time.
A long time. But he did play Dylan the longest time. He played Dylan through high school and through early adulthood.
Matt, you have to come back for a Days of Our Lives podcast because if you want to talk about Pete and Melissa, I am with it because Pete was a clown. Oh my gosh, Ma. Oh, we gotta watch some Pete scenes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we do a 1:30 show, so come on
back, Matt, for that. Okay, why would they shoot Drew if he wasn't going to change? To shoot him. To reinforce how much of a bastard he is.
I wonder if Cameron's tired of Drew being such an ass yet.
I think he
Like,
recently
give me more, huh?
I think he did an interview recently, and you can confirm this in the chat for me because you guys are way smarter than I am. I think he did an interview recently where he's like, I sincerely haven't been having more fun. This is a blast. This is really enjoyable. I cannot wait to go back to set. That's why I haven't been doing other things. That's why we've had so much Drew, is because this is fun, and I keep on saying yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, come on back.
That's awesome.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
Well, I just
goodness.
can't wait for all of Faison's kids to be back around,
I know, right? And also the
And what
secret
did you
ones.
think? What did you think, Matt? We didn't talk about this yet.
What's that?
Okay. Well, I loved everything Lisa O'Brett did this week. I loved all of it. She fainted. She saw her Britta and she fainted. And when she came to, she said, I thought, yeah, and there she is. Now, when they got back to the house, when they finally went to Nina's house,
Mm-hmm.
it was funny too when like when Nina like, loved on her a little bit and she's like, "Oh, this is how you show like, you're happy I'm alive." I loved it. I
It's
loved
good.
it.
It was really good.
What did you think of old Brett just knocking the tar out of
Oh, I thought of you, of course, always. Anytime anybody gets hit on a soap opera, I think of you. I didn't necessarily think that you shouted "hit her again," though. I don't think
I
that was.
did not.
Yeah,
I
this was
did
not a
not.
hit her
This
again
is one of the
moment.
few times. No, it was not. Yeah, I mean, I even did shoot him again with Drew 2 weeks ago, and then I got
And then
I
you,
said shoot him again, and someone shot him right then.
and then you got it. All right,
I
so
had just
yeah, no
enough
hit,
time
no
between
hit
the
her
two
again.
bullets to say that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no hit her again.
anyway,
Yeah.
I no hit her again, and I honestly didn't think Britta had that coming. I don't think that she should have hit her.
I mean, I get it from okay, so no, I mean, you never want to hit your daughter. You never want to do that.
No, but
I think, though, that if we take a look at not just Britta and Obrecht as the loving, adoring mother and daughter pairing that they are today, and take a look at Britta and Obrecht in the entire history of that is Britta and Obrecht, it's totally in line. Totally in line for
it
Britta
is
to lie
totally-
about her being dead and not telling Obrecht about it, and for Obrecht to haul off her and slap her in the face for it. She didn't kick her in the nards, she didn't stab her, she didn't shoot her. She slapped her. She slapped her a good one.
Yeah, she did slap her a good one.
And I think it was well
I
deserved.
under-
And she should have done it.
I understand why she's angry. I understand why she needs to tell Britt, yeah, this and that and this and that. I understand that. I just didn't think she should have hit her. I just didn't. And that's something because, like, I love me some slaps.
Well, I'm not going to try to convince you that
But
that this
I
sort of
sort
act
of
of violence is okay.
I sort of understand because, Brett feels like, oh my gosh, you ripped my heart out for nothing.
Here's some more context from Melissa. Go ahead.
And yeah, you ripped my heart out for nothing. And I'm Lisa Albrecht. You could have told me what was happening.
But then you would have found out about 5 poppies and blah, blah, blah. Hello, Suds and Vinny. Vinny's going to be on tonight, folks, with Angela. If you're a big Fangela, go check him out tonight rather than tomorrow. Melissa, adding context. She literally faked dying in Obrecht's arms and then watched her mother fall apart. She deserved that slap. And she did. She faked dying in her mom's arms.
She did. And Brett is right by saying she could have brought her in on all of what was happening.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if she finds out that Brad's in on it, we spent a long time. We just spent a whole scene talking about possibly how Brad could have known. There's only one reason to have done that, folks. There's only one reason for Elizabeth and Lucas to have talked at length about the possibility of Brad being involved in some way, and that's because Brad is involved in some way.
Harry Shin, come on down.
There is no, and not only, they didn't just say, oh, maybe I should tell Brad. Oh, no, move past that, Lucas, and then they had a different scene. They had an entire scene. An entire scene about Brad and maybe he's involved and who knows how deep he would have been and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Last thing we saw Brad do was disappear with $1 million.
Yeah, he took off, didn't he?
And it's entirely possible, too, that Britta needed somebody in the hospital to help her pull off this plan.
It's a possibility.
Somebody had to switch her with Ashes or whatever it was.
That's true.
And maybe it was Brad.
Maybe it was Brad. And let's hope that Brad is around for the next nurses' ball.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Well, Britta and Brad roasting the nurses' ball was always so fun.
It is fun, and it's honestly it's wild to me. It is wild to me, Ma. I guess you could really get like Kathleen Gaddy and Perry Shin like sitting together on a couch, watching the decision making of Kelly Thiebaud to find out if she's headed back to General Hospital so they can go and sit next to their phones, waiting for Frank Valentini to call them because Britt's back, so is Obrecht and Brad. It's so wild that those two characters can't exist without her, but are the best when she's around.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of Obrecht without Britt. Because Obrecht was a big major player when we first started podcasting, and Britta was not on the cast. But Obrecht
Right.
it was big Nina stuff, Nathan, there was big connections there, Maxie, da 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 da. So they found ways. But over the course of time, they just kind of let it go.
You know, if Nathan turns out to be the boss of the Five Poppies, he's going to come back as a scoundrel. He's going to come back as a reincarnation of his crazy-haired dad.
They're going to put a wig on him.
I
He's the one that shot Drew. I like the idea of Lucas and Liz and Brad and Brit all in a scene together, says Matt. That'd be fun. They'd probably bounce off each other real well. I do enjoy the greater presence of Elizabeth Weber. You know, she hasn't been doing up to much. She hasn't been up to much on the show for a while. You know, she's had her boyfriends, this, that, and the other thing. But putting Elizabeth kind of now isolated. She doesn't have a man. She doesn't have kids. The only stories that Elizabeth could have is when she's involved in other people's business because she doesn't have anything that's close to her anymore.
Yeah, and Lucky ain't even around.
And Lucky's not around. Like Elizabeth is more isolated than she ever. Of course, she has friends, and of course, she has Laura, and of course, you can fill in all of those blanks there.
Sure.
It's not like she's alienated and has no place on the show, but she is more isolated than she's ever been. And
Yeah.
but that makes her. It makes it interesting because she plays these scenes with Lucas, and she plays these things with Willow. She's very much like the center of the hospital now.
Well, she is head of the nurses.
Head nurse, of course, but she's the first person to check somebody in. She's an authority figure now. She's not tied down to the kid. She's not tied down to a romance, and it's this interesting new look, we'll say, at Elizabeth
It
in
is.
her personal / professional life because she is working with her friends
Yes.
and adjacent family members. Lucas is like this weird adjacent family member of hers through Lucky. So it's fun. It's fun. And I can sort of see Rebecca Herbst having a good time with it, too, because not saying any smack against her because she's a wonderful lady. We finally met her.
We finally did
What a
meet
great
her. Yes, we
interaction.
did.
I understand why everybody adores her in real life. Just one of the best celebrity interactions we've had, to be honest.
Yep.
Like just a genuine highlight of the GH fan club weekend.
It was very fun.
But not saying any smack against her, but you can tell when she's more invested in what she's doing versus not. And you can see that for so many of the actors on this show. You can say it about Steve Burton. You can say it about Maurice Bernard. You can't say it about Laura Wright because she always brings it no matter what they tell her to do. You know, but
Yeah.
you can tell a lot of times when an actor's a little more sold on what they're doing and when they're less sold on what they're doing. And it looks like Rebecca Herbst is totally bought in with this path of Elizabeth right now.
Well, yeah, and you know, her and Lucas's scene partners is really good.
They have wonderful chemistry together, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They have great chemistry.
Keep writing it. The Liz and Cyrus scene earlier this year is one of the best scenes of the year. I think that Rebecca Herbst has really been, she's been bringing out some really good stuff. I want her to get nominated
Sure
for something
has. She
next
sure
year. Elizabeth's character is going the way of every nurse on GH. The Liz Piffany, says Melissa.
Well, she is very often the voice of reason sometimes now, huh? Becca.
Now is the perfect time to bring back Sarah Weber.
Yeah, she was bad.
Brad and Marco need to mingle and interact. I think Marco would find Brad hilarious eventually, says Melissa.
Yeah.
But then she follows up with the good old-fashioned love triangle. I am done with the Lucas, Brad, and somebody else love triangle. We don't need to go back there.
I agree. It's never been believable ever. It never has.
Because
It
Brad
hasn't
and
been-
Lucas are barely believable to begin with.
Exactly. And I could see Brad being jealous of Marco, but I do not see Marco being jealous of Brad.
Besides,
So-
Marco already knows all the dirt on Brad and everything that he did to Lucas.
I think he'd just kind of laugh at him, sort of.
He would.
You know, he'd be amused.
Well, there you go. I mean, Melissa says that Marco would find Brad hilarious eventually. Mm-hmm. And maybe all in the same mind. I don't know. Because Marco's beginning his downward spiral, of course. He's going to do something to kind of stick it to Michael in this thing.
I think so,
bet
too.
you. I bet you good
bet
money.
you, too.
I don't have good money, but I'll bet it to you. I only got bad money. So if you want bad money.
And you know, Sonny trying to set up Drew this week, too. We're making it look like the money that was in the judge's bank account, like it came from Drew.
Like,
Trying
ooh,
to,
they're going to
yeah.
find something in his safe, aren't they?
yeah.
They're going to find it eventually.
Well, they better not find but what they better not find is fingerprints that match Tom.
Kai's.
And that could be a possibility. And then he might be accused of shooting him. Kai.
Oh, well, somebody's going to find out that they were at that house.
Absolutely.
Someone
The baseball
is
bat
gonna.
going into the safe
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that.
Yeah. They still have, yes, that baseball bat piece of loose evidence.
Yes.
Liz is a great character, Tracy says simply, and I agree with that. If you go back and listen, I'm not saying you have to and you're wrong, or I'm not pointing you out, Tracy. I'm just adding on to your thought. Sometimes people are sensitive on the internet. You have to be nice. Somebody walked past my window. That one right there. Did you see the curtain open?
A little bit.
Oh my
I
God.
think I saw it shift just a little bit.
That was
You better be
scary.
careful, Matt.
That was real scary. Liz is a great character, and if you go back and listen to the podcast over the course of the last several years, you will find me agreeing. Elizabeth is a she's a workhorse character. She is a extremely functional character. If you strip the humanity away from her and just talk about her as a literary device, she is one of the most useful characters on General Hospital because she slides into anything and everything
Yes, she
in
can.
a way that makes sense. She has the personality type that allows for that. It doesn't create a big leap of logic for the audience to get behind because she will burn her leather jacket while smoking a cigarette and also being a loving, caring mom who helps her son.
Yes.
She's got
Now,
range.
it just depends on what she's doing, how they're writing her at the time. Sometimes I always love Rebecca. Always. I don't always love
I
Elizabeth
hear that.
because sometimes they just write her like she's such a Pollyanna. She's judgy. At the same time, she's sleeping with everybody, but
Yeah.
she's going to judge you.
We experienced that just in the last couple of weeks, Ma, okay? Because on one hand, she's like, I'm not going to turn Christina in for this because they asked me to. Well, if anybody asks me if Carly threatened Drew's life, I'm going to tell them because it's the right thing to do. We just saw it.
Sometimes I think,
But yeah, she's a workhorse character. She can do it all. She can get folded into any of the drama, and everything that she does is believable. And just in the time that we've been podcasting, she has had several relationships because when you are with Elizabeth Weber, it establishes your character like it does because people really like Elizabeth, and if you're in a relationship with her, it's a good foundation for that character. Finn, Franco, name an F character. Liz is right there.
I thought her relationship was funky at the beginning with Franco. By the time Franco was longer with us, I really loved them together.
And that's the power of Elizabeth. It wouldn't have been the same if he was with Britta or Carly or Anna or anybody.
Right.
It's the power of pairing her with Liz. Melissa says that Liz has been around for so long that she's established relationships with pretty much everyone on the canvas that you can thread back to.
I tell you, and that girl just, I don't know, she don't age at all.
She's got the
She don't
secret.
age at
She
all.
has the Deceptor wand at home, is what it is.
She does, and evidently her model works.
It works real well. Works
But
real well.
even in person, you guys, she looks like she just, that beautiful skin. Well, she looked really, really good. And she didn't have a lot of makeup on and stuff that day either.
Just
She,
gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And microscopic. Just the smallest person. I could wrap my arms around her 3 times.
she's like Susan Lucci Little.
She really is.
Yeah.
She really is. She really is. Oh, good. Drew never gets to come up and say, oh, Matt, he just got shot twice. What are you talking about? And
He
soon
sure
they're going to
did.
find out that he knew something about Judge Herron or whatever, and then he's going to be ousted from Congress. He's going to be on the outs, don't you understand, Jason? It's all over for him.
Well, it might work a little bit.
Hey, Maurice Bernard had a wrestler on his show recently, or I don't know if it was recently. It might have been old, and
Really?
then people are sharing the clips, or it was filmed forever ago, and he finally put it up because he's got a mess ton of finished State of Minds that he hasn't broadcasted yet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he did. He had AJ Lee, a wrestler, CM Punk's wife. You don't know her because she's more of a past 2010 type of person.
Oh, okay.
Type of
So
wrestler.
That's beyond my watching.
Yeah, beyond mine too. I barely know her. But if you guys like Maurice Bernard, he has a show on. It's called State of Mind, and he had a wrestler. So if you like wrestling, go check that out.
So she is a female wrestler,
Yeah, I think
and
she
she's
actually
married to CM Punk.
Yeah, and she recently came back to.
Is she really married to CM Punk?
She is.
And they're still married?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, wild, right? Wild.
Yeah.
He got shot and was fine in a week, basically. You know what, Matt? I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna go one step further. Drew got shot and it didn't take him a week to get fined. It took him a day. That man is awake, telling Willow, "I don't know who did it, but it's gonna be Michael because these sorts of memories come back." Wink, wink. And it has been 24
And
hours. People are asking.
She was mortified at that too.
In the beginning, and then she softened. She's just she's
Exactly.
a wreck. Carly being like, "You are a lost cause, Drew," and so are you, by the way. When she left,
I loved it.
To Willow is so accurate. That Willow is a lost cause, and I love it. I'm here for it. Please continue to be the evil queen.
It was so. Well, that was a Carly. That was a Carlyism right there.
Oh, well, we can give it to Vinny. Vinny gets the credit for reminding me that AJ Lee was on the State of Mind because he's the one that shared the clip over on the social media. So go check out Vinny's social media. Suns and Squared Circle Media. But Maurice replied to somebody share about it saying, she's coming back. She's coming back. We've invited her back. She's going to be back. Cool. 90s AJ's back. I don't think Sonny would like having 90s AJ Quartermain back.
No.
I don't think Jason would like it either. Because he's responsible for Jason hitting his head.
You know, they cannot resurrect AJ again.
They're done. They're done with AJ. That's it. That truly is it. I don't know. We'll get some clips, I wonder, you know? Is Sean Kanan, are they going to invite Sean Kanan to walk the body double of Monica off to the afterlife?
That would be beautiful.
Because we got it. Come on. She's a Quartermain. She's a Quartermain pass, and we do this every single. Oscar got the treatment, Ma. There's no way Monica can't.
Okay.
Get Emily and
Monica,
AJ.
I for the walk off. The walk off. I want it to be Emily and AJ.
Yeah.
Not Lila and Edward. That's not her parents.
No. So Emily and AJ, and they walk her toward
Alan.
They walk her to Alan.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
It would be.
Cry so much.
It'd be lovely. And who knows? Maybe they can even get some like old clips of like of Alan. You know, of who's the actor who played Alan? The actor. Stuart Damon. Get Stuart Damon as Prince Charming, right? You know, some clips of that. But then they can digitally alter it so he's in the crown, right? But then there's clouds behind him, and he looks all handsome and young and smiling, and he's like, "Oh, Monica."
That belongs to Disney. They can do that.
Why not? Let's do it. Who knows? You know, we're sitting here
Maybe this
spinning.
is part of the reason why it took so long to get the Monica stuff going on. Is because it's going to be epic.
Well, yeah, that's what they said in the fall preview. Was they wanted to make it an event with a capital E.
Well, I'm looking forward to all of it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It really is. It really is. Well, Ma, the last thing that we need to talk about is the disappearance of Outback, I think. Okay. There are even posters up here at the Bates Motel looking for this dog. Missing Outback.
You know, that dog keeps on taking off. People are going to one day stop looking for him.
Well, you know.
That dog keeps on taking off.
They also love the hell out of that dog.
I know.
Everybody does. Even Outback's like, "Oh, I missed you so much. Look at you. Oh, you do. You saw that, right? I did.
Yeah.
So somebody in the chat previously, I'm not going to scroll up to find it, but somebody in the chat previously suggested that maybe Dalton had taken the dog for animal testing. But I don't think he's really doing animal testing. I think he's doing people testing.
Maybe he's doing animal testing in Port Charles and doing people testing at the Poppies.
I think he's doing people testing at the Port Charles College.
Oh, ain't that going to be good?
I think he's going to be like, you know, Emma, you sure are interested in my research, aren't you? Maybe you should get an up-close and personal look at what it is I'm doing.
And she's like, are you?
Australian.
He says, are you following me? She said, I was here first. But she also knows he goes there every day.
Yeah.
And want to suck up with the cheesecake and everything. Come on, Emma.
Yeah, she's trying to
Back
get...
up a little bit. Back up a little bit.
She's laying it on thick so he can't resist. He just can't. I'm Australian.
Well, he'd be stupid, though, too, because he knows that that's Anna's grandkid. That'd be stupid.
Men are dumb. Since the
Evidently,
beginning of the time, men have been dum-dums.
occasionally they lose their minds.
Pascal said Dalton was doing animal testing. Oh, well, I still think it's a cover for people testing.
Well, they were gonna use Jocelyn
Exactly.
and Vaughn as subjects to see if radiation will kill you or not, how fast.
I don't know how. I guess that
See
has
if we
something
could
to
tie you up and see how fast before your
I
skin.
guess that has something to do with
my goodness.
cold fusion, because I was confused as to what a medical doctor had to do with cold fusion. But if it's about the reaction of the human body in the cold fusion radiation zone, then I guess that would make a little sense.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I think there's people. I think there's people in the lab at the Port Charles College at PCU. I think that's the thing. I think he's going to be like, I think, Emma, you need to get a little up close and personal. Or he's going to be like, oh, you've been manipulating me this whole time. You shouldn't have been in here. And then lock her up.
They need to send Brett into Dalton's circle. Undercover, kind of. Because, she's such a genius.
Yeah.
She's a medical genius.
Mm-hmm.
And then she could just come with him with all this, like this and this and this and this. And did you think of this theory? And blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God.
Well, it would solve your problem in 10 minutes flat. It's Soylent Green, says Melissa. There you go. They're making Soylent Green. Rich people. Rich people.
It's people.
Rich people.
There was a drink that I took a picture of it actually a few years ago. There was a Soylent Green drink.
Yeah.
At the Walmart.
Yeah,
I was like,
people are nuts, aren't they?
who the hell chose that name?
Yeah. Nathan is one of those people. So is Dex. I would hope so, Melissa. I hope Dex is alive in some sort of underground lab. I still think Vaughn should have died. I think that Pascal should have shot him.
You think so?
I think so. I think that character serves Jocelyn the best as her dead partner that she liked too much. Oh, I shouldn't do that again.
Hey, why not? I agree with you, Matt.
But hey, I'm not writing
None of us have our hearts hung on him yet.
No, I don't think anybody, listen, folks, unless something really interesting happens with Vaughn, and I don't think they're going to do it, I don't really ever find us truly being like, oh yeah, Jocelyn Vaughn. But besides, at this point, he's going to get reassigned. Brennan might not be like, well, I'm going to blow up your careers, or he could use this as a reason to get Jocelyn out of there. She'll go kicking and screaming. But it'll be like, no, you're out of the WSB.
Yeah.
Well, she was in it to begin with, yells Carly, and we still have problems.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sucks up to some other division of the WSB, or the DVX calls her. She starts interacting with Alex.
Oh boy.
Any number of different things could happen.
Any number of things.
Del J says that the actors say that the dog actor, dog actor who plays Outback, farts a lot on the set. I don't know if that's true, Del J. That sounds like something you're making up. I gotta be honest.
They tore down we had to say goodbye to the Metrocourt pool.
Yes, it's done. It's done. That scene with Danny and Rocco, being invited to be lifeguards or something next year.
Yep. That was it. That was the Metrocourt pool for the year. It's a wrap for 2025's Metrocourt pool.
We'll bring you back as lifeguards next year. How old are you guys going to be? You're going to be 18 next year? Okay, good. We'll get away with the shirtless thing. Mm-hmm. All right, great. Moving right along. Tear down that set. Get in the gym, boys. Get in the gym. You got to look like Gio, all right? Gio pumped up for these scenes.
Yeah.
Poor Rocco bashed his head, though.
He did, right on a branch.
I'm surprised, Ma. I got to be honest. I'm surprised. And I wonder what your take is on this. Just give me your artistic take from your gut after listening to me. I am surprised that of the Danny and Rocco pairing, that they sort of introduced at the same time.
Yeah.
In a major way, the actors had been floating around, but when it came to who these kids are and what they mean to each other, and that kind of happened at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that we get a lot more Rocco than Danny. I thought that Danny would have been the primary character in that pairing, but as it turns out, Rocco is turning out to be.
It is because they writing so much. They're writing around Rocco so much because of Brit coming back and whatnot.
Well, there's that, but they didn't have to. They certainly didn't have to. But they decided to.
I like the two boys together. I think they're they're very believable brothers. I
Hmm.
like the two of them. I like it when they act like goofy teenage boys sometimes.
I think you know how over in Days of Our Lives, and this is a completely different dynamic of chemistry. But remember how much we enjoyed Leo and Dimitri over on Days of Our Lives, and then we
Yes.
got a chance to talk to them as a pair at Day of Days, and it
Hmm.
was like watching them on TV
It was.
because their TV chemistry was the same chemistry that they had just goofing around backstage in real life. And I think that's going to be the case for Danny and Rocco. I just kind of get that sense that we get such, we'll say, authenticity from the brotherly dynamic of the two is because they really get along.
Wouldn't it be fun if we could possibly get the two of them on the podcast?
They're not 10, so I'm a little more with that than a 10-year-old. Norma's hiding in the window. Be careful, says Matt. Ooh,
Right.
Matt might be a little bit behind.
But it's not really Norman's mom. They have that's a throwback to Laura when she was in the window rock
Oh
and
yeah,
roll.
she's just that's yeah.
That's
It's just
Laura up there. Oh my gosh.
Stone Cold and Jack will get along in real life, says Tracy. And yeah, that's a chemistry that
They sure
translates
do.
from real life onto the screen very easily. So I think that's what we're getting from Danny and Rocco. I'm just a little surprised that Rocco, who is the son of Dante and Lulu, just from like a character concept standpoint, I find it interesting that Rocco at this point in time is getting more of the focus than Danny. And I can't even really say that Danny has ever gotten a strong focus, a strong story that he's in. He's been a part of other stories. He's been like he was involved in Sasha and Jason as somebody who knew.
When
He got to play a
when,
scene or two.
when he got in trouble too,
Hmm.
like with when Rocco got so drunk,
Yeah, that was still
he got in
Rocco
trouble.
stuff, honestly.
Yeah,
Because he had
yeah,
the fallout, and then it splashed onto Geo when he got to play all the scenes, and then he gets the Geo as my brother stuff. Like, I
yeah.
just did not expect it. I didn't expect Rocco to be the breakout character, we'll say, of that
I
pair.
know, right?
So far, this whole thing is less than a year old. Da 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 da. I'm not running forward and saying, "Oh my gosh, they're gonna fire Danny." Like that's not what I'm saying at all. But it's just not what I just expected the son of Jason, to be
Yeah,
the one that had the focus a little bit more than the son of Lulu and Dante.
yeah,
That's all, just from a concept thing.
yeah.
Danny's busy kidnapping his sister. From a certain point of view, yes.
Absolutely.
From another point of
Scout
view,
keeps
it's just.
man.
I mean, Charlotte's kidnapped her too. So at this point, everybody's just kidnapping Scout.
Yeah. Poor little old Scout. My goodness.
What do you think of the new Charlotte, Ma? I didn't
I
expect a
like the new
recast.
Charlotte.
I like her too. I think they recast with purpose.
I think so too.
Because
I think we're
she's
gonna, and a lot of us have been complaining. My gosh, Lulu sure did look for that girl so hard and sent her upstairs for
They
what,
even
ever?
wrote it, and then on Twitter. Gosh, I can't remember anything when I'm actually broadcasting, but it was pointed out to us on Twitter as well by. I'll find it. I'll find Don by Don. That it's interesting that that the show kind of called out what it is that the Twitter audience was talking about when it came to Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
Because Lulu's like she's just been upstairs. Just been hiding in a room for so long.
She's been studying.
She's been just been studying, and now she's finally coming down to interact with us. So it's fun. It's fun. I think that the recast with a purpose. I don't know what Scarlett Fernandez is up to. I don't know what led to the decision. I think that she has a lot of athletics going
I
on.
thought that Lulu came down hard on her a little bit and
Yeah,
putting her on restriction for a month.
a month is too long.
A month is too
I
long.
would say 2 weeks. I would say 2 weeks.
A month is long enough for her to go to her bedroom and just want to stay there and give you all a finger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I hear that. But I'm with it. To finish off my statement that I've said 3 times. I think they've cast with a purpose,
I think so
and they've
too.
aligned it with someone who just really looks like a daytime actor. Not that Scarlett Fernandez had a bad look or a good look or any sort of thing to comment on or anything, but this
Right.
with the color, the straightness of the hair, and how they do the makeup, and just the presentation of the character of Charlotte with this person playing them, it's just very daytime. Daytime, big character, not kid.
I don't, yeah,
Does that
yeah,
make sense? What I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well, they sourced her a tiny, tiny bit.
A smidgen.
They made her awfully tall too, didn't they?
Well, that's just
towers over Lulu.
I mean, Alexa Heavens, if you were to combine Alexa Havens and Rebecca Herbst and put them together into one human being, they would still only be 5'4".
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm about, I was eye to eye with both of them, and I'm 5'2".
So
I was eye to eye with both of them.
So they're just microscopic people, so it's a little more likely to find somebody that's a smidgen taller. Plus, Valentine, he is not a small person.
No, he's not.
So I think that it works.
I think it works too.
Scarlett Fernandez is a high school volleyball player in her junior year, and she wanted to focus on that. Says Vinny in the chat, and that aligns with everything that we've been saying. This actor is obviously slightly older. Whatever it is that Charlotte's getting into is going to require a greater commitment than a high schooler is able to give to the show. This actor's probably 18 or older.
Yep. So she's going to be able to have more time there.
So she has more time, and this, that, and the other thing.
Yep.
So Charlotte's now driving. Yeah, so she's 16.
Yeah, so she took her car away too.
Yeah.
And then he gave a restriction for a month.
Right. Let's see. Okay.
A month is too long. 2 weeks.
Now so they had to have sourced Charlotte to a degree. Is she older than Rocco now?
No, I think they're supposed to be around the same age.
I think they're supposed to be around the same age, but I don't know if Rocco's driving like she is.
Yeah. And both of...
See, we're going to have to put up one of those investigation boards like they have over at the PCPD to figure out how old Charlotte is.
She didn't get to cook either one of those babies in her own body.
Nope, neither one of them. And she could have at this point in time because Melinda Trask from Days of Our Lives fixed her womb. So Charlotte's now driving and Rocco isn't necessarily. But then Danny is able to drive around because he went and he got Scout from camp and his counselor and all that sort of stuff. But Rocco's still doing ride shares. Is it because Lulu and Dante can't afford a car for Rocco? I'm a little lost. I'm a little confused now. Is Charlotte now older than Rocco?
Maybe she's supposed to be like just a year older.
Because it wasn't like that before.
No, it wasn't.
Because I missed the Rocco story, but I did not miss the Charlotte story. But we weren't podcasting when the Charlotte story happened either.
No.
As a matter of fact, I might have actually seen the Charlotte story because I was at home for Christmas. And it was because I remember it being a Christmas miracle.
There you go.
Oh, I feel this connection to this little girl in the hospital. It's because she's your daughter. I knew it, Valentine. I don't know, whatever. I think Charlotte is slightly older, says Matt. See, I'm just spinning now. I'm spinning over a detail that really doesn't matter at the end of the show. Danny rode his bike? Okay, well, if Charlotte's driving and Danny's on his bike and Rocco has never been depicted behind the wheel of a car, then I guess Charlotte is now older than those boys.
I think that she's supposed to be a junior opposed to them being sophomores.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this, and I'll tell you why. Because she was dating Jake, and Jake's in college. Remember that? She was dating Jake for a second while they were trying to figure out how old Jake was.
Oh, yeah.
They were sharing milkshakes at Bobby's. They were sharing milkshakes.
Just for a hot minute, yep. And they saw his tip, too.
Charlotte is older than Rocco. Has she always been older than Rocco, Vinny? Has she always been older than Rocco? I don't know if she has been. I just don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Whatever. Just, I need a timeline. I need a live timeline. What I need... remember pop-up videos? Mama, remember pop-up videos on MTV?
Oh, I sure do. Where they give you the little facts in the corners, little bubbles.
We need that. We need pop-up GH.
I actually like those. Those are kind of
They
fun.
were a lot of fun. We need pop-up GH where it'll be like, bloop, Charlotte was
Or maybe
born
we need the
in
little
1982.
two dudes down there at the bottom of the screen. You know?
Oh, no, not Sattler and Waldorf, but like the Mystery Science Theater 3000 guys.
You know, the theater dudes there in the bottom?
Yeah, that's what you're talking
Exactly.
about.
That's what I was...
Charlotte was born on August 4th, 2009. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The internet got all skippy. So
August 4th, 2009.
Yes. And Rocco was born on September 8th, 2008. They flipped him.
They flipped them.
They flipped
Which
them.
which they do that kind of stuff on soap operas all the time.
Thank you very much, Melissa, for looking it up. She says, I looked it up. Both Rocco and Charlotte are 16, but Charlotte was born in 2009 and Rocco was in 2008. So, because they had different mommies.
Uh-huh. And different unscrupulous men
Different
manipulating
daddies.
with
Different, same
embryo.
mommies, different daddies, I should say. I
Right.
mean, same genetic moms, because like we keep saying, Lulu didn't have either one of those kids.
No, and basically in both instances they were stolen from her really.
They were stolen from the same drawer, weren't they?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is great. What good storytelling. What good soapy storytelling. They are the Jurassic Park kids. That's what I'm going with. They're not the Trailer Park kids, folks. No, Charlotte and Rocco are the Jurassic Park kids. That's what I'm using going forward. All right?
And the very, very last specimen they have is in the walking cane of somebody.
I think I talked about it a couple of weeks ago on the podcast. I think it would be very interesting for Rocco to be like, well, what happened to my other brothers and sisters? I know people have said to me in chat and in comments and on Twitter that Rocco was the last viable embryo of the lot. Or
Right.
something.
But there could be another lot
But
that they
who
didn't
knows?
know of.
Maybe one fell to the back of the drawer. When they go out to clean it, they're like, "Oh, what's this? It's one of Lulu Spencer's embryos." Wow.
Sure.
Or whatever
Just
it is,
fell by the
eggs,
cushion.
not embryo, but an egg, right? No, I guess it was an embryo
Yeah, it was.
because Rocco was the embryo, but then Charlotte was the egg because Valentine provided the father material.
So it wasn't in the same
It
drawer.
wasn't in the same drawer. It was just another attempt of Lulu, I guess. Or Helena did it?
Helena did it, and it was all convoluted at the time. I even Stavros was there.
Because Lulu was in the chambers before Rocco was born. Okay, Michelle, thank you. According to ChatGPT, lying, Rocco was born in 2013. I don't think that was the case because we were.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm worried that Rocco will end up being Brits. I think that's a distinct possibility, Matt. Honestly, I do.
I think it is too.
Charlotte surrogate was Claudette. Yes, not to be confused with
Yes.
Colette.
And yeah, also known as Jessica Buchanan.
Yes, and then Charlotte considered Claudette to be her mom. Yes, she did, because she thought Claudette was her mom up until the point where she learned that she wasn't, because Valentine
Right.
finally told the truth.
And Claudette was not that great of a mommy either.
No, because she was really a hooker.
And she was just kind of like, yeah.
Helena did it. Helena did it to get back at Luke by combining
Right.
their bloodlines, by making a Cassadine
Yes.
Spencer.
Made it Cassadine Spencer, which for Luke is just like, oh my God.
And I
It was
guess Nicholas
bad enough
doesn't
that-
count.
It was bad. Yeah, exactly. It was bad enough that there's a Nicholas. And, yeah. Yeah. And then Helena's like, let me really mess with you. We'll make a real
the fun,
Spencer.
the fun part is, of all of that, Luke had nothing ever to do with Charlotte.
No,
There was that, and that was it.
that was it.
That was it. Just torture you,
That
Luke, and
was
Luke's going, I'm going
it.
to Amsterdam. F you, Helena. Oh
You know,
my gosh.
Helena had a huge attraction to Luke, and most of the
Well,
time
who didn't?
she messed with him so badly because she couldn't have him.
Well, I mean, there's this thing about Helena where she just collected men. Goodness
She
gracious.
did, and she had like quite a libido because she always had like someone in the wings.
She slept with everybody and their brothers
Yeah,
and had babies with them all.
yeah, she did. She was just a nasty old woman from the
I
get
know
go.
Nick is Laura's and not Luke, so he's not a Spencer. You don't become a Spencer just because you have Spencer babies. I know. She was just Laura Spencer for a long time. She's heavily associated with that family. She still represents the Spencers in some way.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
In some way. A small way, not a big way. Not a big
No.
way. Laura Carly is the current Spencer matriarch.
Absolutely,
All right.
she is. You better believe it.
I recognize this. I know this. All right, Ma, I'm done. We talked for a long time today.
We talked for a long time, and I'm hungry.
Okay, well, we should eat some lunch and then come back at 1:30 or so, maybe a little late. Yeah, 1:30, whatever. It's half an hour from now.
Yep.
So we can talk about Beyond the Gates and Days of Our Lives and then have a wonderful Sunday. So get out of here. Go. Well, we're going to make it quick, folks. We're going to make it quick so we can get out of here and maximize this break for as long as we can. Get on out,
Yes.
get into that elevator. Go back down to the first floor. Climb out of the elevator and then walk across the lobby. Go through the automatic doors and then into the parking garage. And then enter your cars, where you can turn your radios to previous episodes of the 10th Floor, which you can find on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. If you can't find it on your favorite podcasting platform, you'll reach out to us on social media at 10th Floor GH or 10th Floor Podcasts, pretty much everywhere. And I'll point you in the right direction. If you had a great time, like the video. If you want to come back for some more, subscribe to the channel. When we're done, refresh and then leave a comment so other people can be engaged. And then share the link with your friends, and leave a donation too. You know, leave a little nonsense in the coin jar for us on the way out. And a little 10% tithe for the Church of the 10th Floor. No, that didn't work. Okay, all right, everybody, go spend some time with your families. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you in half an hour for Days of Our Lives.